Hi, I'm Meghan Elizabeth. I have been a realtor here in Austin for about 5 years, and I serve Austin and surrounding areas into the suburbs.
Hi, my name is Stacy Turchiano. I'm with Patten Title, business development rep here in Austin, and I nominated Meghan because I am so impressed with her passion and her drive and her dedication to everything that she does. She brings so much positivity and energy and heart to her clients and her business.
So I actually got started in real estate because my mom and my grandparents were also in real estate, and for a long time I avoided following in their footsteps, but they told me all the time that I had the perfect personality for it and that I'm such a people person, and so once they left me alone, I decided to get my license, and yeah, here we are. What inspired me was my grandparents and my mother doing it. I saw how, it did give them a lot of freedom as well. So whenever they, had kids or had things going on, they could easily take off. And so I really liked the aspect of having freedom versus completely working under someone at a 9 to 5. I think my biggest professional milestone has been the fluctuation in the market, honestly. I think that it can be extremely frustrating, and real estate is such a delayed gratification type of job, and so you might be working 40 hours a week and not see $1 for a month, but it's just part of the game. So controversial, but my go-to is actually Instagram. A lot of people think that Instagram is just kind of an added thing, but prior to switching brokerages, I pulled my numbers and a little over 80% of my clients came from Instagram that had actually closed. So overall, I think Instagram is a really great source and tool, and I'm also trying to get into the YouTube space, so we'll see. I guess just how many fees that you have to pay and how much you're paying out of pocket for everything. So I think it would have been helpful to know for sure.
I think that they can come out and make a lot of money because the commission is, but then when you start deducting all your fees, it's a lot to run your business.
Yeah, the fees, I mean, you're paying AWOR, you're paying for lock boxes. By the way, 4 lock boxes is over $400. And then you just all the client things, all of the stuff. And then on top of that, like depending where you're at volume and office wise, you're then splitting with a broker and you're doing this. And then, oh gosh, don't even get me started on putting taxes to the side. Like you don't make nearly as much as I think most people would think, because they typically will just say, oh, well, you make 3%, so you're good. But some people are even on like a 50-50 split with their brokerage, so it just depends.
Yeah.
Talk to people. I feel like there's a lot of realtors, especially during the COVID market, who they got extremely comfortable with buyers flying off the wall into them, and I think that has changed quite a bit. I think a lot of people are really trying to figure out exactly who can do the best job for them, who can, maybe hold their hand a little bit more if they're a first-time buyer. I mean, I had somebody who they've had a realtor for 10 years and they want to work with me because I've had fluid communication, I've responded very quickly, and even when they told me that they were working with a realtor, I was like, hey, well, just let me know how I can help. And I think that, just being very transparent and like kind of communicative, I think, is the biggest thing. So what did make me first start? Because I know I met her and I was like, okay, I'm in.
I think you were the non-directing agent. You worked with a buyer, I think, with the Lady Bird team.
Yes,
Melanie
yes.
and Lady.
But yeah, and then I remember she asked me to go grab coffee. We went and got coffee. We ended up talking for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, and mostly even just about life. And I was like, oh, I love her. And then, every time I've seen her since, she's definitely a great person to be around. She has very magnetic energy. And so I think that made me be magnetized to her.
I love that.
So I will say quite a few things. I will stand at the top of a building and scream to use Patten title, because honestly they have tons of technologies. They have so many different tools and resources. A huge one for me is the Pat app. I really love the Pat app, and I probably use it at least a few times a week, if not almost every day. It's just a really great resource to pull all the numbers together, run different scenarios, all of that. And then on top of that, transaction-wise, Melanie and her team is typically who I'm using, and they are just so fluid with communication. So as someone who I strive to have my business be very, almost over-communicative, they are right on par with that. And so that really kind of just helps boost my rapport with whatever client, that, they never are questioning me like, hey, where are we at with title? Do I need to reach out to them or whatever? They're already answering your question before you know what to ask.
I think one of our main goals is to be a reflection and an extension of your business. And so if communication is important to you, like you said, that the team mirrors that, and that allows us to be that true extension of your business. So that's really important to us.
I love that.
I too think that Meghan has a magnetic personality. She's always the energy in the room. She's a great connector. She is a great advocate, a great supporter of people and businesses, and always looking to see what she can do to help people grow and succeed. Even if it's supporting me in my business, by referring me to other agents that she works with, or supporting the agents in her office, she's always looking to lift people up. Oh gosh, I have a lot of fun stories with Meghan. I feel like we have a lot of laughs together. I love when Meghan comes by and brings her little pup, and we get to spend some time with her dog Sophie. But I think when Meghan came, after we had coffee that first time, and then Meghan came to our grand opening event, I invited her to come, and she said she'd come, and she did. And she was just so fun and so energetic, and we took some pictures together, and I just felt like when she came to support me, I knew I wanted to support her and her business, and then when she came to support me, I just felt like the feeling was mutual, and that was just, that felt really good. That felt really good, so.
Not to mirror exactly what she says, but honestly, Stacy, Melanie, the whole team, they really do make it feel like you're the only person that they're wanting to work with, which I think is very unique, especially when you are working in, a title business and marketing and outreach and all of these things. Like, you're talking to so many people, but I always feel like if I text you, like, you're texting back right away, and if I'm inviting you somewhere, you're showing up, and I'm like, I can't even imagine if you have 100 agents like me that are harassing you all the time, but you guys truly do make me feel like I'm the only person that you guys care to work with, and obviously I'm not, but I think that that's super special and probably a little bit more difficult than I can imagine to try to do.
It's easy when you have nice people around you. Yeah, for sure.
One thing I really had to learn, especially as a newer agent, and I think my grandparents said it, I don't know, I grew up hearing it, was live and let live. And the reason why is because this can be an extremely frustrating business. I've had people I've worked with for 6 months to a year who then decide to not buy, or they decide to move away or whatever, and you kind of just have to live and let live and kind of brush it off and just keep going, because you might lose out on a $400K buyer that you've worked with for a long time, and then you might have that open energy to where all of a sudden you have a $1 million to $2 million buyer who's ready to go then. But if you're still frustrated and down and mad at the world when you lost that other buyer, you might be unknowingly closing other doors. So I'm gonna become a top producing agent in Austin. I definitely really want to keep going up. I've steadily built my business, and I feel like I have a really great foundation. And so as I get into my 30s and everything like that, I would love to, become a very top producing agent, and use Patten Title for more deals.
Of course. I feel so privileged. You know, I know you have other title companies calling you, have other professional relationships, but I do feel, and we feel as a team, so privileged. Every time you leave here, we're like, we just love Meghan. The energy that you bring to us, the energy that you leave with us, you know, it just fills us up, and we feel, again, privileged and lucky that you've chosen to work with us. And
I love that.
so we appreciate you, so thank you.
I appreciate you. Well, thank you for nominating me for the spotlight. I will definitely take any opportunity to talk highly about y'all's team. Obviously, I have the closest relationship with you, but I think it's really awesome to see how great you guys work together. I love that it's a women-based team. That's awesome, and I think that you guys are very empowering for not only agents, but just as humans. And I think that that's something that, you know, there's certain women's groups and women's things that it can feel very like you have to try to fit in, you have to try to talk with people, and this is just, it just flows really seamlessly. So I love you guys.
Thank you.